Good day, all. How are you?
Hey, Paul.
Turn my volume up here. 1 second, folks. Right. How is everybody this fine morning?
Good.
Good.
We have a blinding snowstorm over here, so it's beautiful outside.
Mm, it is just cold and frosty here, so everything's white, but not from snow.
I see. You guys don't have snow yet, do you, Paul?
We usually get maybe 1 week where we get snow sometime, maybe
Okay.
mid-January. So we'll get some snow here, but not a lot. An inch or two.
I think we've already got 4 inches now.
Hmm.
But it's not a snowstorm, it's just lake effect. The wind's blowing over the Great Lakes and dropping all the moisture down.
I love it.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's nice. Kids like it. It's nice and
Oh, I
wet.
bet. I bet. Mm. And a lot almost never gets snow. I don't know about Sridhar. How about you? Ever?
Oh, no, never.
Ever? Yeah, I didn't think so.
I live in southern part of India, never ever.
Never ever. Okay.
I actually moved to Los Gatos, and Los Gatos is under hills and mountains. So with the right winter, I mean, last winter we had snow.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Hey, and May has joined us. Hey, Azim.
Good morning.
For those who don't know Asim, he's our general member representative to the governing board. He's with the Dream Big Semiconductors. Hi, Asim.
Welcome.
Hello.
Hello,
you.
welcome.
Thank you.
Hmm. Well, let's see. The only thing I've got is any updates on Mobile World Congress. I know that the Laura believes she's supposed to get an answer back from MWC on whether or not the session was accepted sometime today. I think today is the
Oh,
cutoff,
cool.
and they said they'd let people know.
Yeah, we had tried to pull off a POC that we could demonstrate on our booth, but we didn't get a clear answer on whether we can deliver something, whether the POC working group, could align on a solution that we can demonstrate or not. So I have not pushed that further on our side.
I totally understand that.
Yeah.
Let's see, what's next here. Um, uh, the POC group discusses that, but have made a little more progress on that demo in that we've received some help from Keysight on getting some performance testing, their open source performance testing solution in that lab that we're using. That's one, and from Marvell we received some help on getting a firmware image that has the SZDP agent baked into what they could deliver, so that the image will default to running SZTP unless there's something else that is bootable. And then it also, once it receives an ISO image from a web server or wherever wherever you choose to tell it to that ISO image is, it will make that ISO bootable and then reboot the machine so it will boot from that and install. So the kind of the initial missing pieces that we had from all the solutions, Marvell has worked on getting that missing piece working. So they demonstrated that to me about 2 weeks ago, and we've got that in the lab now. So those are the updates there.
Paul, is your work still like in your lab, or is that now happening in the OPI hardware lab that we've created?
It is still in my lab. I believe the power cables have arrived. That was one of the things that we were missing. Were they're not the power cables, the PDU, the actual power strip, and then the last thing I think that we had to order were the actual network cables, the DAC cables, and those were ordered and are on their way. So I got a message that they have shipped. I had to order those on my personal card, and then Sridhar and I are figuring out how to get that reimbursed. But it was difficult getting those cables there. So once those arrive, then we can have the Hurricane Electric folks patch all the servers together, and then I think we're good to start doing things like configuring the switch and creating a DHCP server and those sorts of things. I know that Mircea has ordered, or is in a process of ordering, another server that could be used for running VMs like DHCP and the SCTP server and CI/CD runners and those sorts of things. So that is underway as well.
Okay, awesome.
On that part, Paul, I think last I checked, I think he hasn't received from both Marvell and Intel on the compatibility server kind of thing for their
Right.
DPs. What are the compatible servers then? Because
Yes.
if he gets that, we won't consume this year's budget for that server. We still have around more than 40K for that server. And
Okay.
according to Boris, we need like a good server. I mean, with a lot of cores and RAMs, a lot of resources thing. So maybe we can reach out to Marvell and Intel to quickly share that compatible servers that we can procure for this particular use case. Then we can close that one this year itself.
It sounds good. And I know that that we've got a Bluefield 2 that we've put in a server in the lab, but not a Bluefield 3. Because when we were speccing it out a lot, that's what you suggested we go for. So we've got that in there.
Yeah. Maybe Elad, if you can help on what kind of compatible server we can procure for Bluefield 3.
I know that, well, as of last week when I was looking at the docs, there was not a compatible server listed on the website. Rather, it said to be determined.
Okay.
Look again.
The question is, do we want a Bluefield 3 in the lab if you have a Bluefield 2? I believe that for Bluefield 2, the list is very clear. on the compatible servers. So Bluefield 3, there is a list, but do we even want the Bluefield 3 in the lab? Again, I think it's a much more powerful device, obviously. And it will require a more powerful server as far as power in most cases.
Mhm.
So depending on what we want to achieve, most of what we wanted to achieve so far will go very well with a Bluefield 2.
Right.
Unless you have a workload that requires Bluefield 3, which is really utilizing 16 cores on the ARM side. I'm not sure why we would want to do that, given that we haven't really started full testing on the the actual workloads that we have.
Totally understand. I say we get it up and running with the Bluefield 2 and see if we run into problems.
Right.
No, I think the question came up from the other way around. Basically, we had money, like we want to buy another server, which could be a very good resources server. So in that case, when you are procuring a server, can we buy which is compatible with the newer DPUs? I think that's how the topic came up.
I see. So I would say just top of the line Dell, top of the line HPE
Okay.
are usually a good bet. I mean, anything from Dell, it will be the R760 or the 8600. From HP, it will be the latest ProLiant. So it's
Okay.
as long as you go for the highest end, which of course has the ability to power cards that are above 75 watts, that will be the key, not only for us, but I think for everybody.
Okay. Got it.
And Sridhar, I didn't track the voting, but did the board approve the budget?
Yes. I'm about to send a mail today in
Okay.
another afternoon. So
Good.
I completed the minutes also. I was thinking to send both together.
Okay. The implication there was, well, one, there's lab budget, but two, the business development team, is it Mike Wooster?
Correct.
Yeah, Mike Wooster's team. So they could be helpful in tracking down the Juniper and or Cisco folks that that Boris would like to have on board. So as members. So that would be good to engage with them on that. The only other item is that the Red Hat team has asked if there's a blog to go along with the demo we showed at OCP. And so I told them I would actually write something for that, and May we can work on getting that posted.
Okay.
So, but that's on my to-do list. It's like third piece of writing down the list that I've got to create, but it's on the list.
Okay, and we want to post that before the end of the year, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I gather there are a few folks that are interested in what happened there from Red Hat, so, which would be good. I'd like to get them engaged in the process again, in the OPI process again.
Okay. I did post a quick blog with the demo video that we uploaded to YouTube.
Okay.
But that was just like a real quick recap of the elements that were in the press release,
Okay.
and then the video embedded. So it sounds like your blog will be more technical, which is awesome.
Yeah, I'll make it a little more technical.
Perfect. And then the only thing I had on my list was the white paper. Where is that in the process?
Believe that is in the process, that Sridhar's got a draft and we need to review it. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
You pass that along, Sri. I'll send it over to a few folks at ARM that are involved now, more involved in OPI type initiatives.
Sure. I'll do that. Thanks.
Okay. Awesome. And so it'll go to this team, and then does it have to go to the technical committee also for review?
Yeah.
Okay. And then the governing board?
No.
No, I don't, it doesn't need to go that far.
Okay.
Was it a joke, May?
Okay. It's just trying to judge
Correct, correct.
how many
I mean-
approvals we needed.
Yeah, considering so many steps, why not governing board also?
Mm.
Okay.
The board probably just needs to see it, right, before it goes public, but I wouldn't hold back on releasing it.
Okay. So then after the technical committee reviews and approves, then we'll send it to creative to turn into a PDF.
Correct.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah, I have a few things if I have
Okay.
time. May I? Okay,
Yes, please.
so first thing is on the on our website, can we have something on the lab that we are having, because nobody knows that we are having a lab thing. Maybe we have a page, or maybe in somewhere we can put up on the details about our lab,
Okay.
because not many project has this thing, right? I think
Mhm.
OPI is one of those very, very few projects who have their own lab kind of thing.
Mhm.
So if we can market that, or if we can put something in the website or around this, that would be very helpful.
Did we want to do a press release?
No, so something on the website first. Maybe once we have some experiments running on it, then we can do some kind of a PR. I don't know. I'm just thinking, because nobody knows that OPI has a lab
Mhm.
outside OPI. Yeah.
Would it be I'm just looking at the website now. Is it something we'd put under the working groups? Did we officially create a lab working group, or has it just been?
Oh, it's just an oversight committee. It's not like official working group as such. It's just
Right.
a lab oversight committee, because everything goes through them. So we don't have it in an official way, but just information out there, like people, if they come to the website and say, hey, they have this lab and nice lab and everything, people can
Mhm.
see.
Okay.
So that's on the first part. On the second thing, so irrespective, I think in the board, in the discussion, right, irrespective of whether our submission gets accepted or not, we should start working on the demo part, and maybe maybe by end of this year, if we can decide if someone needs to travel, I can get a quick approval from the board on the expense. And I think that's the one part. I think Paul, you were mentioning another change in the budget this year is we have a separate line item, which is called as a board expense, or basically to support the member travels.
Yes.
So we can start working on the demo for the Mobile World Congress, and if we need some travel support, we can bring it to the board in January itself. Because February might be too late. I think February is I think end of February is the MWC, right?
Guys,
Right.
I'm going to be in Mobile World Congress anyways, and I think some of our colleagues in OPI are going to be there anyways. So if we have something that we want to show and we know early enough, we can get on, supporting it locally.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yeah, the POC group is the one that is driving that. And I don't know if you've been in there, but Laura's being a taskmaster there. So she's actually driving it. So that's good.
Paul, are we going to just get an update as the outreach group that they're ready for a POC? Is that what we're expecting? Because I'm not going to be able to attend. Like, I don't attend that
Yeah.
working, right? So I'm wondering, how do I find out as quickly as possible that we have something? Because I'm on the fence, right, of being there or not. So I'm kind of holding back at this point.
Yeah, I totally understand. I will I'm looking to see
I guess if there's published minutes, that get emailed out.
There are, and I'm trying to figure out where she's been trying to figure out where to publish them. She's been publishing them on the lists.opiproject.org in the wiki for the OPI dev group. That's where the minutes are being published right now. And she's been putting, looks like last meeting, she put a link to them in Slack in that team POC dev platform group.
Yeah, I see them there. Okay. Thanks.
Yep. So that's where the last meeting minutes were. And I'm sorry, I am not sure what the last meeting before Thanksgiving what came of that. I think we skipped the meeting last week because it was the day before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I think we didn't have that Thanksgiving week.
Right.
Meeting. Yeah. I have 2 more points.
Okay, good.
So next is on the BD part, right? I think if you want to start from 2024, we kind of have to ensure that we are ready for that. See, one is of course the content part. We should kind of create a outreach slides, that what we usually call, that we will share it with the BD team, which they will also first initially walk through, or the initial round of sharing those slides to potential members. And the second thing is we need some volunteers within the outreach to talk to these potential members if required. Usually after the first round, they would be having some kind of questions that they would want to discuss with the existing members.
Yes.
So they would like a request for a meeting kind of a thing. Then we request the outreach member, hey, anybody is available for so-and-so time for just a quick chat with this potential member. So maybe within the outreach, we should be ready with somebody who would be ready to talk to these kind of potential members. Right?
Okay. And so put that on by January 1, have those 2 things figured out.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. And I can even before that, maybe I can ask one of maybe Mike itself to join this call and tell us how do we ensure that we are ready.
Okay.
Right. Maybe if you can send us kind of a checklist kind of a thing apart from slides and members to talk to and some kind of templates kind of a thing, then we will be ready with that. So I can ask Mike to join the call and explain us so that we have to first be convinced that we are ready for that, right? To make the best use of their team.
Right.
Okay. So even if not from January, if you want to start from February or March, that's okay. But we have to ensure that we are ready for that.
Okay.
Because we'll be spending money. We should ensure that we get back that.
That we can actually utilize it.
Correct. Okay, that's thing. And the last thing is on. Okay, so I think Venkat mentioned if somebody in outreach has already reached out to these Cisco or Juniper, or if outreach wants him to initiate that now for that SCTP implementation, either the implementation part or to start with the BD part itself. Either way is fine. But he wants to know whether outreach is already discussing that so that he can just join the discussion, or we expect Venkat to initiate a discussion with some of the people in Cisco and Juniper who can help OPI in that.
Right. So no one in this group has any contacts at Cisco or Juniper that we've identified. Joel Moses from F5 has one contact. I don't know if he's been able to reach that contact.
The Juniper CTO,
yes.
right?
And I think that was at Cisco. And Joe White may have said he had a contact at Juniper.
Okay.
I don't remember who it was, but let me. I will take a note to reach out to Joel.
Okay. Because in the minutes which I was completing, it mentioned Juniper CTO kind of.
Yeah. Was it
Okay.
Joel said he could reach the Juniper CTO?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So that's all.
We have regular discussions with Cisco. I'm gonna dig into this one, Paul. I was hoping that we were gonna find out through Keysight and our contacts there. But if nothing's come up, I'll do some digging on our side.
Okay.
I just need to identify the right group within Cisco that would be interested in this, right? People we talk to, I don't think they're the right ones, but I'll find out.
Yeah. So because Venkat is down with flu for next 3-4 weeks, he'll be inactive.
Okay.
Okay, good to know.
That's all from my side, guys. Thank you very much. Yeah.
All right. I think that's quite a bit. May, did you have anything else?
No, I'm good.
All right. Thank you. Anyone else? Perfect. Well, I will let us all go half an hour early, and I will spend some time working on some of the tasks that I've got assigned to me here. All right.
Thanks, Paul. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you all. Have yourselves a great rest of the week. Talk to you later.
Okay. Bye.